from 0-16 to 1-15 to 7-9 to 7-9 again to 12-4. And this next year, they're going to be Super Bowl contenders. That's right. The Cleveland Browns are going to be Super Bowl contenders this year. You know, I'm not going to shy down. You know, they're my favorite team in the NFC North right now. Yeah, I get the Ravens have Jackson and they're a solid team. But I absolutely love what the Cleveland Browns have done over there in Cleveland, Ohio. You know, if you go to their offense, you know, their running backs alone are enough to scare any team off. You know, you go look at their running backs, they have, you know, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. You know, Nick Chubb is an extremely underrated back, but he's definitely top 5, top 6, top 7. You know, and Kareem Hunt is definitely top 10. Another extremely solid running back. You know, just the running backs in the offensive line alone can, you know, win you 8 to 9 games probably. You know, and then you add in Baker Mayfield, and then you add in all those weapons they have for him. You know, they have OBJ, Jarvis Landry. I forget if it's Richard or T. Higgins, but they're both guys that are, you know, whichever one it is. You know, I really like that. I think it's Rashard Higgins that's on the Browns, but nonetheless, he's a young, really solid receiver. Whichever one it is, they're both really young receivers, have a lot of potential. You know, this Browns team has a lot of potential. You know, and they arguably had one of the better drafts. You know, they had one of the biggest deals in Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. You know, they had one of the better cornerbacks off the board at 26. You know, and Greg Newsome, who was a very solid guy. The only thing I disagree with this is, you know, you're kind of bringing in another guy like Greedy Williams. You know, he definitely has some injury concerns. He has some off-field concerns. You know, which is kind of like Greedy Williams a little bit. But, you know, I think Greg Newsome's going to come in and compete with Greedy Williams. You know, maybe take over that spot. You know, for a first-round pick, he's probably going to take over that spot. You know, where's Greedy Williams going to go? Not sure right now. But, you know, if you stay on the defensive side of the ball, that's where they stuck in the second round, and they got an absolute steal in JLK and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. He's a linebacker out of Notre Dame. You know, one of the best coverage linebackers I've seen coming out of college, that we have all seen coming out of college in quite some time. You know, he could line up in the slot. He could line up at, you know, strong safety maybe. He could line up, you know, at linebacker. He's one of the best coverage guys in the league. You know, he only fits a certain select amount of schemes, and I think that's one of the reasons why he dropped, and that he's such a one-dimensional player that I don't know if he's really, you know, worth a first-round pick. You know, is a one-dimensional player worth a first-round pick? You know, if you ask me, probably not. But at the end of the day, what he excels at, he really excels at, and he's extremely good at what he excels at and what he's good at. So, you know, I think, I think this was a real big steal for the Browns. You know, at the end of the day, as everyone knows, this is probably one of the bigger steals in the draft. You know, which is going to make this defense even better because their biggest weakness last year, you know, was kind of, you know, safety a little bit. You know, and then, you know, they did have a lot of injuries, which also hurt them as well. And then you go to the linebackers. The linebackers weren't the greatest. You know, their linebackers, you know, they weren't great pass coverage guys, and they did struggle against the run a little bit. You know, but guys in Anthony Walker is going to come in and help that, you know. You know, and then you have the guy in Troy Hill coming in. You know, he's going to be a really good guy. You know, I'm really excited to see what this Bengals team has to offer, or Browns team has to offer. They have a really, really well put together offense. You know, they have a really solid coach in Kevin Stefanski, and then the GM has done an amazing job in rebuilding that team. And for once in quite some time, we are talking about the Cleveland Browns being one of the best teams in the AFC, in the NFL. At that, you know, the team's going to be scary. You know, like I said, that they have some of the Super Bowl winning formula in place. The late season stuff in place. You know, you have two amazing running backs. You know, you have an amazing 1-2 punch. You have an amazing offensive line, so if you need to run it and clock time, you know, you could do that. You know, and if you need a pass, you could do that you could certainly do that with Baker Mayfield and all the weapons he's got. And don't forget about Austin Hooper. He is another extremely solid weapon that they have. He's a solid run blocker as well. You know, this Browns team is really going to be scary, you know, but But the question at the day is, can they really compete with the Chiefs, with the Bills, with those top teams, with those top tier teams? And I think they can. Just with their offense alone, I think they could. And their defense is young and up and coming. That defensive line of Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney's coming in. You have a lot of guys coming in that's really going to make a difference on this Browns team. So you really got to watch out for this Browns team. They're going to be forced to be reckoned with. The only thing is, the AFC is really tough. The AFC is probably the best it's ever been. And, you have the Bills, you have the Chiefs, you have the Patriots doing all those signings, you have the Dolphins are young and up and coming, you have the Bengals, the Chargers are young and up and coming, you have the Broncos, who has a well put together roster right now. You have, the Colts, the Titans, the Jaguars are up and coming, the Jets are young and up and coming. So, a lot of times, when teams are up and coming, they're supposed to be good in a few years, but they never do come to fruition. So, that might happen with a few teams, but, I'm really excited to see what this Brown team has to offer. It's just going to be really difficult for them to make the Super Bowl just because of how, competitive the AFC is. You have the Chiefs, the Bills, or just to name two. It's a really, really tough conference, and it's going to be really hard to just make the playoffs, but I think they will win their division, and I forgot to mention the Baltimore Ravens are another extremely solid team who can really get the job done. I'm just really liking what the Cleveland Browns have put in place. They have a great foundation, they have a great offensive line, great running backs, they have awesome receivers, they have a really, really solid quarterback. He low-key kind of reminds me of Aaron Rodgers. If you're going to ask me, he reminds me of Aaron Rodgers. He has the mold, exactly what you want in a quarterback. You could hate on me all you want for saying he reminds me of Aaron Rodgers. If you look at him, the way, his throw on the run is amazing. He's very accurate from the pocket. He could scramble. He's not crazy fast, but, he's fast enough to where he really gets the job done. That really plants the seed in the defense that, that they got to watch out for him running, which adds to him even more, which adds to the Browns offense even more. So, this Browns team is going to be lethal. And, Baker Mayfield, like I said, he is an amazing quarterback. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to disagree if you're going to say he's a trash quarterback, because he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Maybe not top 5 right now, but, he's damn well top 10. Damn well top 10. And or top 12, damn well top 12, because just because of how many amazing quarterbacks they are, and people really, and he was underrated last year. Even though people talked about him, they don't talk about Baker Mayfield enough. I really love his play, and like I said, I'm excited to see the Browns get to work and make a big run this year. Really excited. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you Browns fans think. You guys Browns fans think that the Browns are ready to win the Super Bowl. And how far do you think they will go? I think they definitely have the capability of going to the Super Bowl and winning it all. They really do. They have the late season makeup. They could run, the amazing offensive line. That defense is young and up and coming. An amazing pass rush. The linebackers have gotten much better. You have a really good number 1 corner. Just a really good team. Oh, yeah, and they did get Marvin Wilson, the best undrafted free agent. A guy that kind of reminds me of Shelby Harris. He's going to come in and make a difference. He's fast, he's strong, he's bulky. He's a really good run defender and a solid pass rusher. Really excited to see him come in because he's going to make a difference as well. The Browns really got some steals in the draft. They signed some guys, to really improve some positions, and they're ready to go. They're ready to go and win a Super Bowl. They're ready to go and win a championship. That is a stacked championship team, if you ask me. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And I thank you guys for watching. And if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And, as always, I'll talk to you guys next time.